me partnering with integrity means I'm here to stay. As in, I love this industry. I'm more excited about it than I have ever been. As a matter of fact, I am like the tail number on my jet. I'm in 24/7. Are you?
We all got the same amount of time, and it's going to take a time, and it depends on how we use our time. But what do you got your mind set on? What do you got your mind set on? I love what Beret said earlier, and that's why Mike had her say it, because it's what you got your mind set on is what you're going to get. And she's got her mind set on agency manager by the end of November. And it's going to take time, and it's going to take money, and it's going to take patience. And Mike, I love that I have an opportunity to be a partner with $1 billion company. I said it at the agency managers meeting in Tampa. I was glad to hear your wife repeat what I had said at one of these meetings, I think at TWC about a month back, because it resonated. And it is something that's major, and all of us have an opportunity to grab it.
World, watch. You're going to see something you ain't never seen before. Is about ready to see what the Alliance can do, baby.
Alaska, baby. The last great frontier. Maybe, I don't know, Alaska.
It's cold up there, so I got my jacket on, and they got ice glaciers. We're going to cruise Alaska. It's not just a cruise, it's a journey. The ovation of the seas. We are going cruising. And where are we going while we're cruising in Alaska? Juneau. Yes, I know, it's Juneau. It is the largest capital in the United States of America. You're gonna see orcas, you're gonna see humpback whales, you're gonna see them sea dogs, you're gonna see the sea sails, you're gonna see everything up in Juneau, because Juneau. Have you ever been dog sledding? You get on the back of the sled. Or you down like this right here. You like this right here. There's a country song that says, if I never get to see the Northern Lights. I bet you go on this cruise, you're gonna get to see the Northern Lights.
Turn this way. What happened?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Activity Call Live. Filmed today in beautiful Burlington, North Carolina. Now, let's hear it for our special guest host, Jeff Bright.
There he is, Jeff Bright. Hey, welcome to the Activity Call. My name is Clay Murtis. I'm excited to present a special guest on the Activity Call today, Jeff Bright. And before we get to that, we're going to light it up with some numbers. I am here in the Alliance corporate office coming to you from President's Club, and I'm just so fired up with all the work, the effort y'all are putting forth out there post-conference. The numbers have been crazy. I'm excited to share with you with some of the people are putting out there, and I'd first like to thank Andy for having me on the Activity Call with some of these superstar agents and some of these superstar corporate staff. So let's jump into it before we get over to Jeff. Total production issue paid in the entire company this week. Coming in at number 12, Jake and Belle Kraus. I know Belle was all over the country this week, somehow managed to get 5 apps, $8,000 to issue paid. Daggum. Coming in number 11, Eric and Bobby Belair, 8,618 with 10 apps. Jason and Chastity Garland, those are my friends right there, 8,787 with 9 apps. Oh, look at you, Calvin Jones, 10,000 IP, 1 app. Boom. Mercedes and Gustavo Terran, Dale Palante, 9 apps, 10,000. Issue paid. Sue Love under Tom Murphy, under my man Brandon Manley. That is a strong week right there, Sue. 10,800. Marcus and Carla Richardson coming in number 6, 12,424 on 10 apps. Kyle Harry and Janina Wilson coming in number 5. That's on your team, Jason Mathis. 15 applications issue paid for 13,000. That is strong. And Dan Gelino under Linda Goebel, $13,037 on 3 apps. Megan Wood coming in number 3. Look at that app count, 43 apps. My God, 16,000 issue paid. That is impressive, Megan Wood. Good for you. Number 2, Tom Murphy. Tom, 18,511, 7 apps. He's also in Brandon Manley's group. He also I think, went regional manager. Congratulations, Tom. And finally, coming in first place, Trina, 42,865 in the Roberts Rockstars. 2 apps. Look at you, Trina. Congratulations on a big week. Coming down to total annuities sales issue paid. We're going to do the top 5 on this, baby. Jake and Belle Kraus, 50,520 on one app. Congratulations. Coming in number 4, Terry Kent under Dr. Phil, 79,000 on annuity. Good job, Terry. Coming in number 3, Harry Kayan. I did not get that right, Harry. I'm sorry, but Kayan under Eric and Bobby Belair, 80,000 app. Congratulations on that annuity. And Calvin Jones, there he is again, 100,000 one app, direct to Andy Albright. And coming in number 1, Dan Gelino, $103,000 annuity, one app, baby. Good job, Dan. All right, let's talk about total sales submitted. So this is submit. This has not been issue paid. We got to get these bad boys issue paid. Coming in number 12, Andy Logan. Yeah, Andy. Good to see you on the leaderboard, man. That is bad to the bone under Brandon Manley. 10,051 on 3 apps. Those are 3 big apps. That's what I'm talking about. Again, Brandon Manley's team. Jeff Schultz, 10,187. 10 apps again. Junior Korea coming in number 10, 10,601 for 12 apps. Eric and Bobby Belair, 10,629 with 16 apps. Minerve, 8 apps for 10,803 and 7 apps. Coming in number 7, Mike and Michelle Alleman, 10,871 and 10 apps. Coming in number 6, Olga and Jason Mathis. There they are. They on the call coming in. 11,354. Good job, Jason and Olga with 7 apps. Vonda Parks at number 5 under Jeremico. 11,944 with 4 applications. Maddie and Miguel Gonzalez under Marvin and Julissa Atsoy at 12,126 on 3 apps. Those must have been some IULs. Jeremy and Amy Patton coming in number 3, 12,184 on 5 apps. My man Robert Wilson, 26,362 submitted on 16 apps. Good work, Robert. That is awesome. And number 1, you know her, Megan Wood, 30,419 submitted on 37 apps. That is strong as a cat's back. Good job, Megan Wood. All right, CVS. We love CVS. They're awesome. If you aren't writing CVS, you ought to think about writing a little bit more. Coming in number 3, we got William S. under Tom Murphy for 1 app, 2,000. My girl Mimi Romero coming in number 2, 1 app, 2,400. And coming in number 1, I think it's their second week in a row, number 1. Kyle and Janina, they must love some daggum CVS, 2,500 with 2 apps. All right, let's talk about recruiting. That's what the call is about today, is building some depth. These are with recruiting numbers, building their business. Coming in number 12, Jared Gonzalez with 1 recruit. Number 11, Michael Guerra. What's up, Mike? Number 10, Mike and Noel Leventovich with 1 recruit. Number 9, Olga and Jason Mathis, 1 recruit. Diane Lampy at number 8, 1 recruit. Fitz Fitzgerald, 1 recruit. G. Chris Robinson. I'm sorry, Fitz Fitzgerald, 2 recruits. My bad, Fitz. Number 6, G. Chris, 2 recruits. Number 5, Andy Riddle coming in with 2. Alex Avian also with 2. Kendra Brooks under Diane Lampy with 3. Yennefer under Jason and Olga, 3. I hope I said that right. And Jeremy, Amy Patton, 5 recruits this week. What's up? That's pretty strong right there. Total final expense sales submitted. We're going to do the top 3 on this. Top 3, Kyle, Harry, and Janina Wilson. Strong week. Again, your name on the leaderboard, 6,253 on 8 apps. Number 2, Blake Christen under Junior Korea, 8,893 on 9 apps. I see you, Blake. And number 1, Megan Wood, there she is again under Mike and Noel, 10,171, 16 applications from Megan Wood. Look at that app count. It's always crazy. All right, let's talk a little bit about IULs. 2 favorite carriers, NLG and F&G. We love them both. They love us. They pay us high compensation, and usually your premium's a little bit higher on those. Coming in number 3, Zetz Schuler under Jeff and Kelly Haney. 6,000, Jeff Turner and Kelly Haney. 6,000 AP, 1 app. Coming in number 2, Sue Love, 2 apps, 7,200. Number 1 is Tyler Bott, 8,325, 3 apps. Congratulations, that's strong right there. And then lastly, let's hit total F&G IUL sales submitted. Coming in number 3, Noel Wilson under Brandon and Ashley Beal. Noel had 4 F&G IUL apps. Congratulations, $6,060. Number 2, Jeremy and Amy Patton, 9,600 on 3 apps. And number 1, Maddie and Miguel, 12,126 on 3 applications. That is strong as everything. Those are some very impressive numbers coming out of our convention and building strong into the fall. Now, if you want to continue building strong into the fall, there's some events that you can get to and you can get your people around. Now, I've always heard Andy say it, that the biggest promoters have the biggest business. So if you can promote these events and get people around the heat, get people around the training, get people associating and duplicating and edifying your team, your business is going to grow faster. So if you're struggling to write these down because I'm talking fast, they are on the ARC. You just scroll down a little bit on the main page and it says upcoming events. That's where you can find the address. That's where you can register for all these events. I highly recommend registering because that's how you get committed, baby. You get committed to these events that we have coming up. So next event coming up is the 31st of August. That is a Medicare training. Andy has assembled a bad to the bone team that is going down there. I know Gina, I know Ivy's going to be there. I know Amber Bone's going to be there. What's crazy about this one, it's in Louisville, Texas, is if you travel within 100 miles, you're going to get $300 in lead cash. $300 in lead cash just for showing up, baby. Now, if you come from over 100 miles, you're 100 miles away, Andy is going to give you $500 in lead cash. That's free money just for going and learning how to sell a free product. Free money, free product. What else do you need, baby? Another Medicare event, that's September 2nd. Okay, so that same week, that is in Orlando, Florida. Same deal, $300 in lead cash within 100 miles, $500 if over 100 miles. Again, same bad to the bone team, teaching you how to make more money with a new product that we're rolling out. Coming up, September 9th is the NC State Entrepreneurial Opportunity Meeting. Sean Boone's going to be there, NC State graduate. Andy Albright's going to be there, NC State graduate. They're going to be teaming up to help hire, bring some more people on NC State's campus. Get some people there. Get some young folks there. There's going to be some crazy, exciting people there. Get them around that opportunity meeting. Another Medicare meeting, this time in Burlington, September 15th. That'll be at our corporate headquarters. We'll all be here. Get them around that Medicare deal. Same lead deal, $300 within 100 miles, $500 outside of 100 miles for your team. September 23rd, F&G study group. That is on Treasure Island. If you've not been to Treasure Island, oh my Lord, it is beautiful. The sunsets will blow your mind. So if that ain't enough to bring you down, another thing is we're going to be having a training meeting that same week on the 23rd, F&G. And there's some people that want to contest. The trip is free for them, and they're going to get some extra special benefits. So another reason to perform with the Alliance. Now, coming up, September 30th, you need to register. This is going to be crazy. We have a free fall summit, baby, here at the Alliance corporate office. If you were here at our spring summit, it was insane. Fall summit's going to be even crazier. This is a massive recruiting event. It's free, and there's going to be free food. And more importantly, it's going to grow your business. Andy Albright's going to be here. All the top leaders are going to be here. Get here to get your people here for that event, September 30th to the 1st, Fall Summit. Register on the ARC. And finally, get your ticket for National Convention in January. It is never too early. Okay, you don't want to miss out because you couldn't get a good hotel, you couldn't get a good flight. You don't want to miss out on this massive event. We had Vanilla Ice this summer. Right? Can you imagine what it's going to be like? It's going to be crazy this winter. So get your ticket now before we sell out. So we're crazy excited, and all those things will help you grow your business, help you add more width, help you add more depth, help you add more sales. So I'm crazy excited to introduce somebody that I've known for quite some time, and he's had a massive impact here on the Alliance corporate headquarters and on our agent force. And what I really love about Jeff Bright is he's continued to expand his impact on the Alliance. And I'm forever grateful for everything he's done for me personally, and also for the impact he has on our organization. So without further ado, Jeff Bright, light him up, man.
Thank you, Clay. Hello, everybody. Hello, Andy, if you're out there looking at me. Hey, I miss you, buddy. I'm sitting at your desk, but it's not the same without you in here. Hope to see you soon. Clay, I appreciate you going over those numbers, and I love your enthusiasm as always. We're going to talk part 2 today. We're still gonna use those 4 questions that we went over Wednesday, and people that missed the Wednesday call, I'll go back over those 4 questions, but we're gonna shift gears a little bit and talk about not personal production, but more about driving depth and building a team, and try to get some ideas and testimonials from people that we have on the call here that are making this work for them. So, Clay, I want to start with you today at President's Club, because, you know, sometimes you can be in the same building with somebody and you really just don't know all the services that we have to offer. You know, when I started digging and trying to find out some things for this show, Clay was lighting me up with the things that he's doing in President's Club and how President's Club can bring value. Some of the things I highlighted, Clay, you handed me this sheet, and that's kind of got me thinking, you know. Has most people seen this sheet, Clay?
We got them posted around, handing them out, but we ought to blast it out again. Remind them.
Yeah, because there's things that jumped out on me, for me, when I was looking at it. And can I go over some of the things that jumped out as far as, you know, how they apply to driving depth and building a team? I used to, when I first retired from the college, I was doing double duty. I was working here, and on Tuesdays, I was helping a buddy who has a temp agency, a place, he don't like to call it temp agency. That people that run temp agencies do not like that word. They call it placement services. Okay. They used to call them headhunters, right? Yeah, headhunters. So I worked there, and I learned a lot about hiring people and interviewing people and placing them in all types of jobs, mostly manufacturing, transactional type jobs, customer service jobs, and looking at resumes, drug testing, looking at criminal backgrounds, making sure people had all their paperwork in that they needed to actually work in this country. And so I learned a lot. And when I looked at this sheet that Clay had given me a couple days ago, I was sitting there going, Clay's running his own little temp agency up there in President's Club. And what jumped out at me, Clay, that's impressive is that you are helping hire staff. Now, you mentioned that the other day. Can you elaborate on how you could hire staff for someone's organization?
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about it a little bit on the last call, Jeff, where when Andy first started the Alliance, he the first thing he did was hire 2 people to do all the paperwork and to handle all the messes he was going to create, because Andy is good at talking to people. He is good at one thing, which is selling, recruiting, and building. And he's not good at paperwork. So he hired somebody to do that paperwork for him and to get his business through, so that way he could get paid. And so we've really tried to duplicate that and help out in that regard, because like you mentioned, it's hard to hire people for staff. So in our time here at the Alliance with Chris Hill, with Robbie, myself, we've hired a lot of staff people to help us. And so what we'll do is we'll post an ad for you, and you kind of specify what you're looking for cost-wise in terms of what you want to pay and person-wise. And then we'll filter recruits towards you and talk to you about how to interview them, combine with your upline, your managers. That way we've got a good target of a person. And then once you do decide on somebody you want to hire, we will check them out for you if you want to. If you're like, hey, I'm not sure about this person, we talk to them. We'll check them out for you. And then if you want to make a final decision, we'll help train that person once you bring them on. So I know we just recently did that with Mike Rodriguez. He was like, hey, I got this gal, I'm not positive. Will you chat with these 3 and let me know what you think? And I'll let them know what I think, who I thought my favorite is. But again, it's kind of like Andy said, it's just advice. We're not telling you what to do, but you can get another set of eyes on those people you're interviewing to help grow your business.
Now, I mean, that's a tremendous service, but I want you to elaborate a little bit more on something I just heard you say. That let's think about the folks that are listening to this call today that are just thinking about hiring staff and they hadn't done it yet, right? And they want to utilize you. You said something about doing some training, helping them get trained up. What are the things that you would train somebody on? Name some of those things.
Well, I think it's kind of like the D activities. So if you've heard Andy talk about the A, B, C, D, and E activities, A are high level, B are should do, C are D C are delegate, E are eliminate, and D, activities, are things you can delegate. So delegatable activities would be, we could train your person on how to do your pending, how to call the carriers, how to kind of sell them on getting your business issued, how to stay organized with all the applications you're writing, how to send letters to your clients, how to do set appointments for recruiting. That's a big thing we do. Now, a lot of this is done by Stephanie Lee. So if you've met Stephanie, she's awesome. She's been with the Alliance for 7 years. She's done a lot of these roles, and she'll talk to your person. She'll be their friend, and she'll train them on these kind of D-level tasks that you shouldn't be doing as a salesperson that will help make you more efficient.
So you're going to help people find staff to work in their office, but you're also going to recruit people like agents to work for them, correct?
The staff people, or you're asking recruit?
No, I know you're going to do staff people. We
give them the resources to help them.
Yeah, I'm talking about recruiting agents. Does Stephanie do that for you? She recruits agents underneath somebody's hierarchy?
We'll give them resources to do so. And then one of our big focuses is talking to as many new people. So if I'm ever talking to a President's Club member, a lot of times my questioning is, hey, who do you got that's new? Who are you excited about? Who do you got that's new? And can we talk to them? And then we want to talk to them. And then our goal, once we talk to somebody, is to get somebody else to talk to. So who do you got that you're excited about? Just yesterday, Jeff, I was talking to Mike Marisi and Marilyn Martin Ward, President's Club member. And I was like, hey, who are you excited about? Who are you excited about? And she has this sharp lady in Atlanta and works in a restaurant, real fine dining restaurant. And I was like, hey, you've been telling anybody about this business? And she's like, yeah, I have. And I was like, have you been getting Mike and Marilyn on them? She's like, oh yeah, I got them on them. She's like, but there's this one I've been trying to talk to, and I ain't quite got her yet. Can you talk to her? Like, yes, that's what we do. Is we're a network marketing deal, Jeff. So like, we know that we only get bigger by talking to more new people. So that's what we're trying to do, is talk to more new people. So we got lucky, got this girl on the phone who she worked in a restaurant, and we were just chatting with her, trying to get her in. And then we're relaying that information to Mike Marisi, the agency manager, because now we're triangulating. Mike can be on her and continue to drive that leg down.
Okay, I got it. That's good. That's good information, Clay. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everything you're doing. Let's switch gears to Ashlyn.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Ashlyn. Let me just ask you a question, and you tell me how you would respond to this. If you were starting a team and you were an agent, how would you best utilize you in the role that you're in to drive depth?
I would get in touch with the lead performance team and figure out where we can and cannot create leads. Because you need leads to drive your business, and you need leads for your new agents that you're bringing on. So I would have my deepest leg and my team invest in more leads.
Your deepest leg.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And for those that don't know, how many people work with you up there, Ashton? You're not the only one doing leads, right? There are other people up there helping you, right?
Yep. We have Hannah Newbert. She has been with us for a year now. And then we just hired a new admin. She is in her second week, and her name is Gabby.
Gabby. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you three are the contacts.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Thank you, Ashlyn. Let's move over to our agent guest on the phone. And since I made Lou go last the other day, I'm going to make Jason go last today. How about that? Just trying to be fair. Terry, you'll just stay in the middle. All right. Lou, you and I have been working together. We did some drive in depth last night, didn't we? Around 5:30. Yes, we talked to two new people.
Yes, sir.
Let's first talk about how do you find these people, Lou, that you're bringing to me to talk to?
Facebook ads, talking to people, Starbucks, wherever I am. If I see somebody, I'm just trying to talk to them. It does not matter where I am anymore. I'm just trying to, like Clay said and Andy said, I'm always trying to promote my business.
What do you say to them when you first go up to them to talk to them about this business? How do you get them interested? What is the talk about?
If I'm depending on where I am, if I'm in a store or Starbucks or whatever, and I see somebody that just catches my eye, I just walk over to them, and I'm trying to use what Andy's been doing. I'm getting a little better at it by saying, I think I know you, and just start a conversation that way. And it's just been, and then from there, once I get to know them, then I ask them, like, what do you do? Like, they go, I don't know if I know you. What do you do? And then I do this, and I start talking about this, and I just start promoting it that way. And that's how I get it. And then I pull out my phone, and I give them I don't even give business cards anymore. Now it's just my phone. Here, put your number in here, and let's stay in contact. And I just go from there.
And how do you think once you get them, like we get them on a call last night, and we're talking to those two guys. Now, one of them is fairly brand new, and the other one had been around a while, right?
Yes, sir.
They're a little bit different, but we're trying to get them back active again.
Yes, sir.
Or get active for the first time. What do you think, you and I, when you bring them to me and we start talking to them, and we're eventually have to have a conversation with them about who they know, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's going to be key, especially to get them on fire. Like Andy says, if you want to, you turn that match upside down, all of a sudden, oof, it burns your fingers. And that's what we got to do now, is turn that match upside down.
Yeah, I think we're on to something, Lou. I think we can start spreading this out, as we add more people to the call, and
Correct.
we get more people to come to the call.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, I think it worked really well last night. I was impressed by those two gentlemen, and I think once we get them doing something, we can definitely quickly find 5 more like them and bring them to the call.
I have 3 more that want to go on next week's call, so I'm going to add them in next week.
Oh, very good. Very good. Yeah, this is a good platform we're creating. I like it. Right. I might come back to you, Lou, in a second. I'm going to move on to Terry Edwards.
Hey, Jeff.
Terry, you're riding in the car, it looks like.
I am looking over my knuckles, which is my favorite position, chasing my dreams, baby.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to get something to put in my car to hold my phone, because I'm not used to riding around with my phone and talking on a Zoom call, but I got to get better equipped to do that. So, can I ask you some similar questions that I asked Lou?
Sure, you in charge, Bo. I'm just along for the ride.
You just along for the ride. All right. So, if you were to answer those same questions that I just asked Lou, you're bringing a lot of new people to the game. So how do you find these people? What techniques, what things do you use to find new people?
Well, we are primarily talking to people that we know, because we find the speed of trust is faster with people that we already have influence with. Now, I'm not against Facebook ads. I'm not against Craigslist ads, because, heck, that's why I responded to a Craigslist ad. But it takes a lot more relationship nurturing and building in order to get those people going. Whereas when we are recruiting with people that we already know, well, first of all, we all have $1 million business in our cell phones called our contacts. We know that there are people living lives of quiet desperation. They are looking for something, but they may not know what they're looking for. It may not be insurance that they're looking for, but they're looking for something. So we are basically reaching out to people that we already know and getting them started. Of our top 10 income earners within our organization, none of those people came from ads. They all came from list of names. So that's what we're doing. And we're also, as we are building depth with people, for example, we got our newest leg that's smoking hot is Bishop Sheldon and Joyce McCarter, who hired their daughter, Alana McCarter, who already has over 20 people in licensing right now, all warm market. So that's what we're doing. And as we are building depth and driving depth, we're getting the team around to listen to us do it. And that gives them confidence too, that they should reach out to people that they already know and let us help them build their business. Because everybody can do a list of names because it's free.
Yeah. So tell me this, Terry. When you are approaching people in your warm market, what is your pitch? What do you say to them? How do you approach them?
So it's a sort of passive aggressive approach. So let's say you are on my list. So I'm gonna just reach out to you. I'm gonna say, "Hey, Jeff, this is Terry. What's going on, brother? And can you role play with me?"
Oh yeah. Okay. No, I'm just working a job I hate, Terry.
Oh man, wow. Well, look, I know you probably wouldn't be interested, but man, our company is blazing the trail right now. In a pandemic, man, we're making more money than we've ever had before. But I know you probably wouldn't be interested. But I was wanting to know if you knew of anybody who was interested in making some money on the side, just to start building another stream of income.
So you made money during the pandemic?
Oh gosh, yeah, man. We've grown by 40% during the pandemic. But like I said, man, I know you probably wouldn't be interested in nothing like that.
Hey, Terry. Now, Terry, I might want to do it on the side. Can I do it on the side?
Yeah, man. Yeah. We got a lot of people that do it on the side. To me, that's the perfect way to get started with this business, because that way you still got your check to pay your bills coming in from that job, and then we can start working on getting you financially free on the side, and then get your part-time income to exceed your full-time income, and then that way you can have an option if you want to keep going in that job or not. But
how would I introduce if I had 5 friends? How would I introduce those friends to you?
All right. Well, first of all, we need to get you started, and then what I can do is we can get on. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is I'll swing over to your house, and you invite them over to your house, and I'll come by there and chat with them, let them know what we're doing, and show them a couple of paychecks and stuff like that.
Oh, you come by there live in person?
Yeah, I can do that. What you got going on? Maybe like Saturday evening, about 5 or 6.
I believe I could get them together on a Saturday evening. Probably that'd be the best time because they're not working.
Yeah. And hey, I'll bring a 6-pack of beer or something.
That sounds even better. All right. So that sounds good, Terry. I've been thinking about, different ways that we can drive death, and I just want to help in ways I can. The ways that I've been helping since May, a little bit unorthodox, but I'll explain those after I talk to Jason. Jason, what do you have to say about driving death? Man, you are doing a great job of driving death, just like Terry and Lou. Tell us your techniques. I mean, how are you driving death?
What's up, Jeff Bright? Thanks for having me on the call, buddy. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I love what Terry was saying about, when you call somebody up and just like, hey, look, this pandemic has got our industry going crazy. We are looking for people to work part-time or full-time. Do you know anybody who might be interested? Not necessarily you. I love that approach. We do the same thing. So keep doing that. I think everybody should be doing that. We do President's Club. We've plugged into President's Club. They've got this program where they'll send you 50 people that have reached out and are interested in getting into the insurance business. So we love those. We get like 50 a week on those. We call them up. We get into our warm market. As a matter of fact, with the 3-number plan that you're doing, and part of the drive in depth part is we've got over 45 people. So those 9 people are got 5 people I'm going to call each, and I'm going to start that on Tuesday. So that's going to be awesome. Warm market. We're going to call them up, see what they're all about, expose them to the opportunity, if they're relatively local, get them to meet me face to face. If they're in Tampa, go get them to meet the team in Tampa. If they're in North Carolina, go get them to meet Clay Murtis and his team at corporate. And then we do a lot of cold market recruiting also. We call the state license list of newly licensed agents, be like, hey, look, congratulations on getting your license. This is what we do over here. And let's see if there's a fit and get them started, and then get into their warm market. And traveling, I am traveling more. So in August, I'm traveling this month. September, I've already got it on the books. October, and then starting in November, I'll be traveling 2 weeks out of the month. I'm going to be traveling. So traveling, when you meet somebody good and they're interested, they're fired up, they're following the 8 steps, they're getting on a TWC product call, activity call, reading the books, all that good stuff. Go out there and see them and get into their warm market. That's what we're focused on.
You know, those 9 folks that you and I are working with, you mentioned that they've got friends, and you're almost having to pick and choose who you're going to put on that call, right?
Yeah, I am. As a matter of fact, we've got 4 more people that are going to be on this Monday.
Very good. That's good. Really good. Well, thank you, Jason, and thank you for all you're doing. And I want to get to my last agent to ask them what they're doing, give you a different perspective. Anita, are you unmuted? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, Jeff.
Anita Domingo, everybody. She was on the call Wednesday. Tell a little bit about yourself, Anita, who's your upline, and then I'm going to ask you a question about driving deaf.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Good morning, Alliance. My name is Anita Domingo. I'm with the Alliance Task Force. I also direct to Sarge, and thank you for the opportunity to be with the activity today. I've been in a while, in and out, and Alliance was a priority for me before. I have a family is always a priority, but I know the power, what the Alliance have, the opportunity. So I always, my heart and mind is there. Then, after all the kids graduated from college, me and my husband was empty nester. Then came a situation where I became a caregiver for him after his spinal cord injury. With that, the Alliance has afforded me to really have that something to look forward to. TWC. While I was in the hospital, I'll be listening to Andy Albright all the time. Me and my husband while I'm on his bedside. Anyway. Alliance is a big part of me. Lately, after several years now that I've been a caregiver, and still the same situation. And with the COVID and everything, we experienced COVID as well. We didn't die, we survived it while we were in Gainesville. So I have a different perspective right now with the Alliance. I saw people dying. I have clients in the past that I've been calling, but they never answered. So now I'm back in Jacksonville. I end up calling her again, and the sad part is that her son died, and no coverage, and herself, her coverage had lapsed. So she asked me to come right away. So I came. I brought along a newly licensed agents with me, and we brought something. And then when we got there, she's grieving. She's trying to put together some money to bury her son. So my last $80 from my wallet, I gave it to her so that she can help her fund the how to put away her son. So with that experience, it really put value on what I'm doing here. And other clients that I have, they died also. So there were several deaths this past week, and I look at their policy with Mo. Right, he was it's active, one of those deaths, and they told me that there's already a call and a claim filed. So I feel good about it, and it gave me power to even speak to my daughter that, I said, Mom, you're posting so on Facebook about your insurance. Seems like you're a little bit cold-hearted. So it gave me, with experience, it gave me power to rebuttal to her. I said, hey, you need to be real. People are dying with this COVID. So anyway.
Hey, Anita, let me ask you this question about two people, because I'm impressed by two people that you put in front of me. You're doing a great job of recruiting. You're driving depth. You're finding more people. The two people that you found, Vasiki and Lucy, where did you find Vasiki and Lucy?
Okay. As I said, I'm coming back. I just like what Terry Edwards said, it's in you have $1 million business in your hand. So I did dial. I found him, Vasiki. I met him from Toastmaster in Tallahassee a few years ago. And then he was very busy. He's in the research job. And so I introduced him to the Alliance. Then I slowed down also. And then came to find out he is working already with another company, marketing company, WFG. And then, but he hasn't make any money. He did some, but then he asked me if he can join me again or, be in the team. So anyway, that's how I found him. And then he did, to make it faster, he's now buying leads and yesterday he did a door knocking and had an appointment. But I serve as a resource for them while they're in the field.
Now, Vasiki, Anita, he came from World Financial Group. Is that what he was with before?
Yeah, he was with World Financial Group, and Lucy.
Lucy was from Primerica.
Primerica, another agent that I brought in, Carrie Sheckett. She's from Primerica as well.
She's from Primerica too. Yeah, and Vasiki, also guys, Vasiki's quite impressive gentleman. I think great things are going to come from him. He was a professor at the University of Florida. He taught economics. So he's from the Ivory Coast. I love Vasiki. I love Lucy. I love all these people that you're bringing, Anita. I want you to continue doing that. This is wonderful how you are bringing these people together. And we have our 4 o'clock Zoom call on Wednesdays, and we just keep adding people to it, right?
Right, Jeff. Let me say something about how I'm channeling these people that we are meeting. Most of you knows about the rapid funnel. That rapid funnel is, I believe, it's dynamic. That I believe everyone should explore. It's $1, to get started, and it will transition to the regular price. But that saved me time to be sending them some information about what we do, about the Alliance.
Okay, good. That's good. So you've heard a little bit from everybody about what they're doing to drive depth. I used to hear that term, and Andy would say it a lot. I mean, he's all about driving depth. This is not something that's brand new or the flavor of the month. I mean, since I've known the man, he's always used that in a sentence. He's about driving depth. And he was excited about me getting people started and getting them writing an application. but he got much more excited about the fact that I would find people underneath them that possibly wanted to do this. So now I'm seeing the value of driving depth and not just looking underneath one person, go 5 people underneath that person, bringing more people to the party. The method I've been using in helping people is very unorthodox. I don't recommend it for everybody, but here's what I've been doing, and I said it on the stage at Family Reunion, and I'm using it with Anita. I'm using it with Jason, is that I'm doing training that we invite people to the training, not so much invite them to the opportunity of selling insurance. We tell them that after we get them to the party. So we might do the, like, I hate to say, the animal test, because I don't like being typecast as the animal guy, as y'all said on Wednesday, but people do like to find out about themselves. I have other devices and inventories that we can use to get people excited to get them on the call. I've been doing a lot of these calls where people just want to find out what are their strengths and weaknesses. And then I introduce them to the opportunity. So that's another way that we can get people to be part of this, is we can do training during our meeting. Like, for example, Jason, we do training every week, right?
Yeah, we do it every Monday at 8 p.m.
How do you think using training plays a part in driving depth? Using this as a way to get people excited about maybe doing this, doing some training, some self-help stuff.
Confidence. It gives them a lot of confidence. They see that they got a team behind them, that we've got a system they can follow. It's simple. They've got an accountability buddy, learning how to use the ARC and update their numbers. They're getting coaching, and they're just getting more confidence. They're being more active. It's like you can't steer a parked car. So now they get in the car, at least it's moving down the road. Maybe might not be as fast as they want, but it's giving them a lot of confidence. And with that confidence, Jeff, they're able to reach out to their warm market, grab their phone like Terry said, and they got $1 million in that phone. We had Kadeem, he's recruited 2 or 3 of his friends, Andrew, and real estate guy, and another guy that was over there at the office yesterday, really sharp young guy. And that gives them a lot of confidence, man, a lot of confidence to go out there and start doing, because when you recruit a lot of people, what they'll tell you is, oh man, I don't want to recruit any of my friends because, they're going to do it when I'm successful. When I start making $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week, that's when they're going to all jump in.
Yeah.
So it gets rid of that.
That anxiety, it kind of gets rid of that anxiety. We did some training Wednesday at 4:00. We tried something new with Anita's group that I didn't know how it was going to go, but it was funny because we had some new people on the call that were going to go out and sell for the first time. We did a role play where I was the client, and I was a client, 4 different types of clients. The most difficult clients you could ever imagine. I was a bad otter. I was a terrible lion. I was a golden retriever that was just taking you down these rabbit holes. I was a beaver that questioned everything. I was trying to throw the person that was selling me mortgage protection off their game. And I thought those role plays went really well. Anita, do you think those were effective?
I believe so. Having our Sarge there as a person selling, and you giving him, throwing all the objection with different kinds of personality, I myself gain a lot.
Okay, good. And Terry, we're doing a lot of training with your folks on Monday nights, and I think that's also giving your folks some confidence too, right? Did I lose Terry? I think I lost Terry. Okay. Lou, when we moving forward, when we get enough people, this is how this works. Once we get enough people on your call, we'll start to do training and introduce that into the equation. Do you see that as a value moving forward?
Not just a value, a huge value. Yes, a tremendous value.
Yeah,
it really is.
So, with that said, we're getting close to the end of this call. I wanted to revisit those 4 questions that we asked folks when we're getting them started, and give you a little bit more an elaborate definition that maybe it's easier to remember also. So when I'm trying to get people to want to, need to, willing to, and going to, think of it this way. I mean, I gave you 4 R's the other day. The want to is the recognition, the need to is the rationalization, the willing to is the reckoning, and the going to is the redemption. Let me make it a little bit more simpler. I'm trying to get people I'm trying to lift up their want to. I'm trying to get them to see. I'll go back over this. With the need to, I'm trying to get them to think. With the willing to, I'm trying to get them to become. And with the going to, I'm trying to get them to decide. See, think, become, and decide. That's the journey that I'm trying to take these people on. It's not just 3 numbers that I'm trying to get them to hit. I'm also trying to, within those expectations, get them to see, first and foremost, if I want a big, giant want to, I must get them to see a better life. They must see a better life. And in order to see a better life, they've got to trust and hope. They've got to trust enough to let the past go and hope big enough to see that the future offers a whole lot more than what they have normally been experiencing in their life. They must see a better life by recognizing 2 things: their bad choices and the negative voices that they've been listening to. Andy always says choices and voices. To get people to see a better life, you've got to get them to recognize the bad choices that they have made in the past and the negative voices they've been listening to. And that builds confidence. A big want to will build confidence, and it will kill doubt. It'll squash doubt. It'll squash that negative talk in your head. All right? So then we move on to the need to, where I want people to now think. Think about a reason to change. If you don't have a reason to change, you are not going to take initiative, because that's what a need to gives you, is initiative. Initiative to take that first step. And initiative kills procrastination. It squashes procrastination. Just like confidence squashes doubt, initiative and taking a step forward will squash procrastination. So think about a reason to change. And the way you do that is with certainty and what is called fit. These are crucial to understand. Certainty and fit. See, certainty comes from a big want to, because you've gained confidence. Now you are certain that you're on the right path. And when you're certain you're on the right path and this is the place you need to be, I have many people come from a convention, they go, I finally figured out where I need to be. I need to be with you guys. They're now certain in their mindset. We have to get people certain, and they've got to find fit. They got to find placement. They got to find who they are, where they are. I call it certainty is safety and fit is comfort. That's all people want in this world, is something that provides safety and security and something that provides comfort. And when you figure that out, you'll be able to rationalize your focus on the present and not dwell on the past. You'll be able to let go of yesterday when you have a reason to change for tomorrow. All right?
Hey,
so, yeah.
Jeff, I'm back. I'm sorry. I got kicked off. I'm out here in Brown Summit.
Oh, you're out in Brown Summit? I've been out in Brown Summit. That's like being in the Twilight Zone. Yeah. All right, Terry, in a minute, I'll come back to you. I just want to finish this up. Willing to. So now we just said you need to see to be able to have the want to. You need to be able to think to have the need to. You need to become to have the willing to. Become accountable to your consequences. This is crucial. Becoming accountable to your consequences and not be a lawyer for your excuses. Be accountable to your consequences and not a lawyer to your excuses or for your excuses. And you do this with having determination. See, confidence is what comes from want to. Initiative comes from a need to. And a determination. Determination comes from a willingness. And what I'm talking about here, determination comes in two things, two elements that make up determination. A lot of passion and a lot of persistence. You can't have determination with just one. You've got to be passionate about what you're now willing to do, and you've got to be persistent when obstacles are thrown in your way. You've got to be tenacious enough to fight through those obstacles. That's what when you say that to me, when I interview you and I ask if you're willing, I'm asking, do you have the passion to stay enthusiastic? And do you have the persistence to stay determined? Be dogged in the fight. All right? That's done in order to kill regret. Because if you don't stay determined, you don't stay enthusiastic, you don't have persistence, regret is sitting right there waiting to get in your head and tell you to start playing the what-if game. And then you're going to eventually become 59 years old like me and go, what the hell have I been doing my whole life? Why are you waiting? What's the point of waiting? Take advantage of an opportunity. That's what willingness gives you. It gives you the good judgment. That's what reckoning is. The good judgment to take advantage of an opportunity right in front of you. All right, lastly, the going to. This is when you decide. See, we just talked about seeing, thinking, becoming. Now I want you to decide. If you're going to do something, you've got to decide to do it. You got to decide to do the do. And that requires two things, discipline and routine. You have got to have discipline and routine, or you will never have this thing that comes from a going to or a have to mentality, which is called drive. Drive comes from discipline and it comes from routine. You need to start regaining possession of your life by being disciplined with your goals and being routine and obsessed with obtaining those goals. So it's seeing, thinking, becoming, and deciding is your want to, your need to, your willing to, and your going to. I don't know if that helps understand what I'm trying to do, but I'm kind of giving you a little insight of how I get people moving. I get them to see first, I get them to think, I get them to become, and then I get them to decide. That's the progression of getting people to move. That's how I get them writing more apps. That's the metric by which I judge people on. To end this, Terry, I got 3 minutes, so I'm just going to have to end this. But I want to leave with something positive here. I had this aunt. She passed away back in 2020. My favorite aunt of all, my dad's sister, my Aunt Judy. My Aunt Judy was a motivational speaker. My Aunt Judy went out to companies and did basically what I did my whole life. Maybe that's where I got that from. It's from my Aunt Judy. We were always so tight. Loved my Aunt Judy. And she also ran the YMCAs of North Carolina. And I mean, she was heavily involved in her church. Just a good person. I learned a lot of lessons from her. She always had words of wisdom to impart on me every time we would call. And she would always say, I'm sending you big hugs through the telephone line. She would say to me, Jeffrey, that's what people in my family call me. That is not giving any of you permission to call me that moving forward, okay? The only person that does that now is sometimes my mother, but she knows I don't like it either. So my aunt said this to me. She said, you got to always have the faith to see past the rain, but have serenity, Jeffrey, in the fact that things can always get better. Never forget those two things. Have faith to see past the rain and serenity in the fact that things can get better. You know, I don't know how to sign. I don't know sign language. I wished I did. I only know a few signs. But when you're driving deaf, the only sign that matters is this one. Do you know what that means, Terry? Lou, you got an idea? Jason? This is the foundation of driving deaf. Friends. Becoming friends. Make friends with people. The opportunity will take care of itself. That's all I got for you today. I appreciate every one of you been on the call. I've enjoyed my time with you today. Go out and do good things in this world and call me if you need me. Thank you.